to keep on. Can you imagine what it was? Or was it like,
well,
destiny?
I mean, I always had this feeling, I was always, see, I would see these films in my head. I don't know if everybody's experienced it, but I've had these moments where I've seen films of the future in my head. And so, from time to time, I would see a film of the future, and when I would see these films, I would know that there was more in store for me than what had happened so far, you know? And I had this funny feeling like no matter how bad I messed myself up, that I would see these films and I would know that there was going to come a point in time where I was going to be okay. And I didn't really mind being messed up either, but that's really the fact of it, is that I had
if you
this
had
kind
this
of
inside, that's pretty cool, the feeling that you know that there will be
it wasn't just a feeling. I would see films of now, like I would see a film, you know, I might have seen a film of this interview or something. Like I'd see a film of myself. I remember like seeing films of myself on stage in the last year with the Chili Peppers. I remember seeing films of that in my head like 4 years ago. It's not like I caused the films to happen. The films were projected into my head by spirits that can put things together like that. And you know, normally when your brain is in a very deadened kind of state, and then you're shown a film like that, it's very shocking, but you're so deadened that nothing can really shock you. So, you know, I mean, I don't want to get
if you listen to that record now, to your own record, Smile from the Streets You Hold, what do you think of that?
I don't like it as a record, you know. I mean, it has some good moments on it, but to me it doesn't play like a record from beginning to end.
Does it bring back situations from that point of life?
Well, it brings back all kinds of memories, because a lot of the stuff was recorded at really good times. One of the songs was recorded when I was 17 years old, and that was a wonderful time in my life, you know. At that time in my life consisted of nothing other than hanging out with a friend of mine who I really liked, and sniffing cocaine, and collecting Nina Hagen 8x10s, and New York Dolls 8x10s, and David Bowie 8x10s, and putting them up all over my room, and listening to T-Rex and the Susie and the Banshees, and it was a good time in my life. And I only recorded 4 songs at that time, but that was one of them, and they were good 4 songs. They were the best 4 songs I'd ever done in my whole life. But there was only 4 because I was more concentrating on living than I was in music, you know.
Do you like Pearl Jam?
Pearl Jam? I like Eddie's voice a lot. I think he's got a great voice, you know, and he's a very nice guy, and you know, when we played with Pearl Jam, we opened for them at a benefit in Seattle, and he started out the whole night by just playing electric guitar by himself and singing. It's beautiful, you know. And also he opened for us, just him and like 3 guys. They were covering like Talking Heads songs and stuff. It was great. It was really good. And he did like that rock and roll song that Pearl Jam had a hit with, that 50s rock and roll song, whatever it is. They had a hit with a couple of years ago. It was really good.
I don't know.
It was beautiful. He's got a great voice. I love his voice. Yeah.
Want to see you live?
Okay, let's see.
Das war gerade John Frusciante live, aufgenommen in Hamburg. Ja, sein 3. Soloalbum ist draußen. To record only water for 10 days. So John, talking now about your 3rd solo album, To Record Only Water for 10 days. What would you say about that?
It's about the album.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm very proud of it.
Do you know the Juliana Theory? It's a band. They just said the story of your life is what's inside, and I think you told how you felt on your 2nd album. So did you on your 3rd, on this record? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, this album is a very pure kind of representation of these places that I speak of, that I know that are real to me, but that aren't visible to people. And I'm trying to do a sort of a pure representation of them with my music. And that's what this album is. It's a pure representation ideas that if I hadn't made this record, you might not have heard any of them until you die. But after you die, you'll be hearing people saying stuff like the stuff I say on my record, you know. That's what it is. It's a sort of the style of lyric writing that I write is very often from the perspective of somebody who's died already. Because essentially I have died already.
You got a second life now.
I really do. It's like I feel like I disintegrated at one point, and then I feel like I was dead, and then I was resurrected. I feel like there was a point when I didn't exist, you know. Really spiritually, I felt very empty for about 9 months at one point, when I was 27 years old, where it felt like
dying soul,
like I just had no soul anymore. Like
dying body without a soul.
Yeah, it really felt like that. And then when it all came back, when I gathered up all the spirits again that make me me, and that really make my life the feeling of what you hear in my music, you know, and my life became that feeling again. I was so happy. The way I did it was just by dancing all the time.
That's good. So, and you did everything, you nearly did everything on your own on this record. So would you say you have natural talent, musical talent? Or?
Well, no, I mean, I spent a couple of months trying to figure out, you know, the sampler to program drums, and synthesizers. You know, I've just been. I mean, for the last 3 or 4 years, electronic music has just been the main thing that's made me feel good. So, and I knew that it was the perfect kind, that using electronic textures was the way to round out my songs that I write on acoustic guitar, you know. So, you know, so that's what I've been doing. I mean, you know, you just more need to. It's more like a craft, learning how to work electronics, and it's something that I'm getting better at all the time, you know.
Let's watch your video, Going Inside.
Oh, okay.
Okay. John Frusciante, Going Inside. Das war gerade Going Inside, John Frusciante. So, John, tell me about the video. You haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. So, but where have you shot it?
We shot it in L.A. You know, by where Vincent and I live. The director, Vincent Gallo, and
Buffalo 66.
Yeah, he made the movie Buffalo 66. To me, he's a great filmmaker. To me, his films are very textural in the same way that my music is textural. And when the time came for me to decide who was going to make my video, there was no question in my mind. It had to be Vincent, because he's the only person who when I saw his movie, Buffalo 66, it reminded me of my music. You know, it seemed to me that we were coming from the same spiritual zone, like we were coming from the same, we were representing the same sort of space, you know, in him with film and me with music. So and we became friends, and when he makes his next movie, I'll do the music for it.
And did it turn out that way, that you are really kind of twin souls, or from the...
Well, we really like each other, you know. We really like each other. We're completely different as people, you know, because we're very original kind of people, you know. I've never met anybody like him. I don't think there'll be another person like him for another million years. I mean, he's really very original, and I think I'm also very original, so we're nothing like each other, but I think that we are creating the same feeling.
That's not important.
Yeah, with our art, we're creating the same feeling, you know.
Okay. Coming up is your request video. What would you like to see?
Oh, what would I like to see? Well, could you show... show the David Bowie video for Jean Jean.
Ein letztes Mal zurück hier bei True Rock im Hyatt. John und ich. Und bevor er jetzt live kommt, fragen wir natürlich nochmal, was er dieses Jahr so vorhat. So John, what are your plans for this year? this is just a little club promo tour?
Yeah, I'm just playing like 7 shows total. Just you know, like the film you saw, and then from the Chili Peppers, we're just gonna start writing our next record, which which I'm very excited about. The last rehearsals that we did were really exciting. The sound of us, because nobody was playing like themselves. Everybody sounded different than they sound individually, but the result sounded the same as always. Like it was good. It was good. I was very excited about being able to put, because I've been practicing guitar so much the last year and a half, but I haven't really been able to do anything with it other than go on stage and play better every night. But I haven't been able to write songs in the style that I write in the Chili Peppers. Yeah, when I practice guitar, I mostly learn electronic things like techno music. I learn sequencer parts on the guitar because it's technically challenging for me. And at this point, because I've played along with so much electronic music like Depeche Mode and Kraftwerk and stuff like that on the guitar, my approach to the guitar now is nothing like it's ever been before. So I'm very excited about the next Chili Peppers record, as well as my ear is better now because I've been playing for longer now. So I'm able to create richer textures and create deeper dimensions and stuff in the music. So I'm very excited about that. And I'll also be simultaneously recording my next record, which my manager said I'm not allowed to release another record for another year. But, that's what they say, So I've got to wait a year, but I'm recording. I've already started recording it, and I'm very excited about it. The sound of it is. I have a drummer who plays drums the way I would play drums if I played drums. So we've been recording stuff that more has that kind of textural sound. Even though it's a drummer, it doesn't sound like somebody back there beating away at it, bashing at a drum kit. It sounds like delicate general music still, but with the drummer. So I'm very excited about the next year.
So now the last 3 years you're really back in life and seems like you enjoy life and are very,
I love life much more than I ever did.
What would you think if you died tomorrow by a car accident? All right, John, thank you very much. Das war's mit Turok für heute. Jetzt kommt er nochmal live. Tschüss.